After 20 years of civil war in Sudan, 2 million people had been killed, and 4 million others ran for their lives to surrounding countries. Today, because of the recent Comprehensive Peace Agreement of 2005, the refugees are moving back home. But they are returning to communities that lack the infrastructure to supply or maintain schools. Sudan has been rated as the least developed country in the world. This generation of children will be the engineers, doctors, teachers, pastors, and professionals who can curb this trend. Parents hope their children will surpass their poverty. Children hope for a better future, not only for themselves, but for their communities. Education is the foundational building block for redevelopment, and the Sudanese people are rebuilding their lives and communities from the ground up. They can't do it alone. We can help, because we have hope for Sudan.
Having seen firsthand the struggles that the Sudanese have gone through, I have found myself in amazement and quite honestly humbled. Most people have not even thought or can imagine of the struggles that they've had to come through over the decades. And in my 4 months in South Sudan, I was able to see the absolute fierce love that they have for each other, the protectiveness that they have for their families, and the perseverance that they don't really have an option not to have. I got to go out personally to a number of the different villages, and I got to facilitate different discipleship groups with the intention of teaching them how to study the Word in a way that could be applied culturally to them, that could be lasting once I left. South Sudan is a country that is approximately the size of Texas. Most people don't realize that, but an enormous amount of people live there, approximately 8.26 million, and about half of those people have never been provided with the opportunity to get an education. So as you can imagine, literacy is greatly affected in that realm. When I was out in the villages doing the groups, obviously the point being to study the Word, reading is something that was a necessity. I would find that out of maybe 12 to 15 people, I might be lucky if one of the people in the groups was able to read their Bible. South Sudanese do not have the opportunity most of the time, having simply just knowing war their entire life, to have an education and to follow through with that goal of theirs. So providing avenues to allow these resources to be available to these people is crucial. It's critical. A lot of people aren't even aware of this need, and so doing something such as this to bring this awareness is obviously something that is of my heart. I met not one person that was lacking a desire or a want for education, but rather what I found was that they were all lacking the ability, the resources, and the opportunity to provide an education for themselves. And if education was provided to them, it was taken literally as a miracle. That there was provision in some form or fashion that they could reach this goal because they see it as a key of getting out of what they have been stuck in. So my prayer, first and foremost, is just to get the need out there, to make it to be noticeable, that people are aware of it. And then once that awareness is brought, that people will really be burdened and see that we have the resources, and to ask the Lord to see what their role can be, what their partnership can look like. This new country is so needing education to impact so much more than the individual lives of the children sitting in the schoolroom. And so once it's been made aware, people can see the need, then my prayer is that people will be burdened and actually step into action, that they can provide these needs and these resources in ways that can bless these people that may not have this ability to do so themselves.
To find out how you can help provide education and share the gospel in Sudan, please visit hopeforsudan.net. All funds raised through Hope for Sudan are processed in partnership with E3 Partners Ministry, member of the ECFA.